Hello everybody, and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. How are you? My name's Ben Moseby. Nice to see you. Nice. We're back for another 2 hours of fun. We've had a busy day today. We had a masterclass a little bit earlier on with all things masculine make. So if you're ever struggling to make a card for that bloke in your life, then you can go back and watch that. In between times, we've been very busy doing pre-recorded shows because you guys know, of course, now we do use some pre-recorded shows on the weekend. So we've got another one of those in the bag. And here we are for not a 1 hour, no, a 2 hour craft along show, which I think a lot of you, particularly I think our American viewers, are going to really appreciate, because I know you guys are big on scrapbooking. You love to make scrapbook pages, and that is what we are going to be looking at over the course of this show. For those of you that don't know, this is an award-winning show. It is where one of our expert crafters will be doing a project in real time. So it gives you the opportunity to craft along with us. Everything is done step by step, nice and slow. Take our time over it. So if you need something repeated, we can show you. If you've got any questions, you can ask them. And then at the end of this show, we will have one project done. And hopefully you guys, if you're crafting along live, will also have some amazing projects to send in pictures of. If you can't craft along live, no bother. You can save this show to a point when that is easy for you. Also in this show, we will be giving away more prizes. We did this in the earlier show, and I'll tell you how you can win those prizes in just a little while. But shall we say hello to the lady who is leading the craft along this evening, and shall we find out what we are going to be making? I answer yes to both of those questions on your behalf. So let's say hello to the lovely Debbie Fisher. How are you, and what are we doing?
Well, let's hope you want to do it, eh? Yes, I thought we'd... I love doing a scrapbook page. It makes you really sort of think about that memory, what you want to put onto it, composition, and that's the question we get asked all the time with scrapbooking. It's about the competition. It's not about the competition, the composition. But also, I wanted to do a scrapbook page that I felt like we could put into different sizes. So I know lots of you do 8x8 scrapbooks, some of you do 12x12, and this one could go into both, because you can see I've done the smaller version inside, but just done it on the bigger one. So you can do whatever you want. I've used my granddaughter's. This was a few years ago, actually. So yeah, just such little cuties. I love them to bits. But I love the handmade paper, and for me it was all about trying to use that and incorporate that in here, because I think when you're doing a picture, and I wanted it to go with this particular picture, it was really nice to use those papers. And we've also used the papers to cut the sunflowers out as well, so they're cut using those, which are absolutely incredible. Right, so let's pop that to the side. There are a few little things that you're going to need to create with. So here here is the shopping list coming up. So grab those things together. Once you've got them together, then we can start scrapbooking. So you're going to need your striking sunflower die set, your Marseille die, which is your border die, your dreamy sentiments in your die set, your oval nesting dies, your Age of Elegance 12 by 12, your floral handmade papers, jingle all the way. I've used the luxury cardstock in this just really for I think it was for the green I used it for. And then you've got the ivory Centura cardstock, sunflower tones, your 12 by 12s, and your neutrals, a luxury mix 12 by 12 pad. And some additional items you're going to need is your Rockfern Punch, love this one, the Honey Pot opaque pigment ink pad, your Gemini 2, your Guillotine, tacky glue, glue pen, and some foam pads. So grab all those bits together and then we will start to make this beautiful page.
Marvellous.
Oh, can I just say one more thing, which we didn't put on there? I'm using a 4 by 6 size photograph. So if you've got a photograph, or just when we cut it all to size, that's the size photo that you'll need to put into place.
Marvellous. Let's say hello to a few people who have joined us tonight, and then I'll show you. But so basically, we've got a lot of elements that Debbie's going to be using on this show that you can pick up. So shop the show, but we'll show you some other bits and pieces as we go as well. I know there's a bit of an interest in the goodie bag, which we'll come on to in just a little while. We want you to comment on this show before I say hello to a few of you, because during this show, we will be giving away 2 prizes. Get social with us here at Crafters TV. You can see there, you can comment along whether you're watching on Facebook or indeed on YouTube. We've got 2 lots of these sets to give away, obviously with it being Remembrance Day and Veterans Day today. We've got the pretty poppy dies, and we've also got these beautiful poppy stamps as well, the Proud Poppies. So we've got that twice over to give away. All you have to do is send us a little comment, say hello, ask a question, let us know what you're up to. Superstar Susie on the socials tonight, and already in is Julie, says good evening from Ipswich. Hello Stephen Nicole, hello Laurie Barnett, hello Jane Adams in Las Vegas, and Pat, who says hi again to Ben, Debbie, Super CTV staff, and my crafting friends from a sunny but cool New Jersey. Terry H joins us from a windy Iowa, listening whilst working. Outje de Vries says hello from the rainy Netherlands. Hello Netherlands. Hello to Beverly, says hello Ben and Debbie. I can't wait to see what you get up to. Hello to Hillary. It says hello everyone from Hillary and Holly Collie. Welcome back Ben. Thank you. And woof. She says Mr. Moseby, love to see you. What is that stuff on your face? It's just because it's Movember. Just a little.
I like it with the beard.
With this?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep this a bit longer then.
Yeah.
I'm also at my drama group, because I'm doing Panto again this year. Oh, yes, I am. We're doing open mic night at the end of November, where you can do any song you want from musicals.
Oh, okay.
I've always wanted to play Fagin from Oliver. Right. So I'm reviewing the situation.
Oh,
so I thought I would grow the Fagin.
Yes, absolutely.
Beard.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Thank you. So you don't like the moustache, but you like the...
I don't like the moustache on its own.
No.
I like it with a beard.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't look so 70s Magnum.
Wonder what you were going to say then. Oh no! So it looks so 70s what? Cheryl says good morning. Watching here in Alaska. It's chilly there, isn't it, in Alaska? Lynn Harvey says hello, lovely Lynn, Ben, Debbie, and the amazing team. I hope everyone's having a great day. Hello, Ben, says Beverly. You look very relaxed after your few days off. Thank you. Wendy says hi from Michigan. Nana Kim joins us from North Carolina. Crystal Hodges is in. And Terry says, yay, I am going to save this show for sure. Mary Beth says hi from Minnesota. Hi to Denise Whiting, says good evening everyone, glad I have the day off. Hello from Ipswich. Sandy says hi everyone, so excited to scrapbook. We've got your picture of your little one, which we might show later. Now we've sorted everything out. And Lynn says I love scrapbook pages, but I never seem to get the chance to have a go myself. Well, maybe tonight is the night that you get the chance to have a go. If you don't get a chance to have a go tonight, when hopefully you'll get a chance to save this show so you can come back and have a little look at what Debbie is going to be making over the course of this show. So we've got the strip border dies on the show for you. So there are the 4 different designs that you are going to be receiving if you go for this bundle. £24 or $29.60 is your price on these. What's so lovely about these I think, is the fact that you can use these as kind of like main focal points for a project, create backgrounds with them as well, as we've seen happen a few times. But then also you can just use these as little side strips, little embellishments. I also love the fact that there's no cutting edge, is there, at either end? So you've got the ability to elongate these should you wish to do so. But you're going to get 4 different designs in this set. This one here is Can. I always think that one's quite Christmassy, sort of candy cane laney.
Yes, it is like that.
So that was Can. This one here is Marseille. They're all named after French cities, so that one's got a bit more of a sort of a floral design running through it. This one here is called Toulouse, and once again, lots of beautiful, intricate detail there. Again, if you wanted to, potentially, you've got a bit of twine, you could thread through these too if you wanted to do that. And then lastly is, no, it isn't. Liam's just gone, Paris. No, it's not. It is Bordeaux. Yes, Bordeaux is the last one that you're going to be getting within this collection. All of those for £24 or $29.60. Like I said, we've got lots on the show, little crafty bundles, which we'll come on to a little bit later on. But if there's anything that you want to see before later, fire it in and let me know. And when Debbie takes a break, I can certainly show you some of those deals. But let's get into it. Let's get started with the craft along. Keep the questions coming in. Remember, the more you comment, the more chances you've got of winning. But let's get scrapbooking.
Absolutely. Right, let's start off with just trimming some of our cards. So I've got the, now these could be any card that you've got in your stash. I'm using, so from our neutrals, this one here, I'm just using our 12 by 12 and really using this, Ben, to give it a bit of rigidity.
Yeah.
It could just be a white piece of card if you want it to be. And then this one, look, this is from the Age of Elegance.
That's beautiful.
But I find I'm using more and more of this side because it's just got some really lovely, it's got a lovely sheen to it, but it's got some lovely prints. So we're literally going to stick those on top of each other to create that 12 by 12 page. These two here we're going to trim down. So this one here, we've got the lemons, which is from the pastels. But again, you can use anything that's going to coordinate. You might just want to have another cream piece of card. So I'm going to grab my guillotine and we're going to trim these 2 pieces up. So the craft card, we're going to trim to 8 inches. So let's just pull the leg out and place that in there. So we're going to do this one to 8-inch square. So if you just wanted to make an 8-inch scrapbook, well, that's strange.
What's that?
Well, there must have been a bit cut off of that because normally our A4 is 8 1/4, and that was already 8 inches. I'm just going to double check that. So 8 by 8. Yeah, I've done it 8 by 8, but it was weird because I didn't take a little piece off. So if you just want to do your scrapbook at 8 inches, what I would recommend doing with this one is cutting this down to 7 3/4 and then cutting your yellow one down to your 8 inches. And that way you've got an 8-inch scrapbook page. I'm doing mine slightly bigger because we're putting it onto a 12 by 12. I want a bigger border. So all I'm going to do is trim this one to 9 inches. So 9-inch there, and on the other side as well. And then keep those scraps because we've got some words to cut out, so we only need 1 piece. So we're going to pop that to the side for later.
Yeah.
So we've got our 8-inch one and we've got our 9-inch one. So these 2 are going to go on top of each other here. And then these 2 are going to be glued together, and that is going to be the basis for your scrapbook. So you can see here.
Okay.
So nice and easy. We're keeping that bit nice and easy. So we're going to just glue these into place. So just, I'm going to use my tape pen, but you can use a wet glue. I might use a wet glue actually for my main 12 by 12, just purely because that's a lot of tape pen you're going to be needing to glue that down. So just popping that into place and roughly, so you'll be leaving about a 1/2 inch all the way round. And don't worry if it's not perfect because you're going to be covering some of that up. And then again, like I always do, I just go down, burnish on the back, and then nothing will come apart then. So that's that one. And then this one, because it's just going to cover, so we're literally going to take our wet glue. And this is where 12 by 12s, when we have a double side, like our sort of A and B side, it's where they come into their own, because although they're beautiful to use the pattern side, sometimes it's nice that we get a variety and we're able to have something a little bit more muted.
Yeah. Gives you options, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So just pop in that like so, and that will then just go straight down. And because it's wet glue, I can literally lay that on there, just tap that into place, making sure that we've got that all the way around for the perfect size. And that's just going to give me some rigidity.
Yeah.
So make sure that's all round, and then I'm just going to go round the edges just to make sure there's no glue seeping out and that's all sealed. There we go. And then again, just going down, making sure all of that is stuck down. Right, so we can now put that piece, because that's our base piece, we're going to put that to one side. So pop that down there. And then bring this one back in. So what we want to do next, I've got some of my handmade papers.
Oh, beautiful.
So depending on how frugal you want to be with them, I'm just going to use a whole piece, but I'll show you as we go along that you can be a bit more frugal with it rather than sort of waste any. In fact, if you wanted to, you could use some of your dies that we're going to be using, because I'm using that sunflower one. You could cut them out of some of here, because we're going to be covering that piece up. So I'm going to use this one because I like all these little pieces inside, all the sort of little foliage pieces in there, but you've got all different ones to choose from. So we're going to take this one, and then we're going to use our nesting dies. So let's bring in the nesting dies, because what I want to do with here, I'm going to use my, I think I used my second one down. Was I clever enough to write that down? Let's have a look. So we're going to use this one, handmade paper, put the oval. No, I haven't put which one, but it doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is I only want this to create an oval.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to die cut it, but what I want to do is cut this out. So I'm going to use this to come in 2 inches. So can you see it here? I've got 11 and 9, that's there. So I'm going to place that to my 9 inches, which is that point there. And then I'm going to come down, let me just bring this one down. I'm going to come down to 3.5 inches. That's half the size of my paper. So 3.5, 1, 2, 3.5, yeah. And then I'm just going to use that guideline. So use that nesting die just to go to that point. And we're just going to draw around there. I'm not worried too much about the middle piece because you're not going to see that. So we're just going to round that corner off. And then we're going to do the same on this one. So I've already got this point. So I'm just going to come in here, let's do 8 and come down to 2. So that's my 2-inch mark. And then we're going to do the same thing, coming round from this side from that 2-inch mark, like so. So that's creating us that circular point. So nesting die is not just good for cutting, good for using to round off as well. And then all we're going to do, and it doesn't have to be neat because we're going to be covering this. I just want to create that round part. Yeah. So just take those off like that. So that's going to create our first part. Right, next thing we're going to do, Ben, we're going to bring in this punch. I love this one. I've been using all of them lately, but I just think it's a really good one for curving around the edges.
This is in the bundle on the show, isn't it, as well? Yes.
It is, yes, absolutely. And then I've just got some green card. So literally, we're just going to do some cutting of this. So now I've worked out when you cut one, when you place that back in, if you come right to, I don't know if we can see it, move it up there so we can see, oh, there we go, see it a bit more. Come to where you can see that last little leaf on the side. So if I just bend it up like that so you can just, we just see it. So you just see those last little leaves. You just want to go into there and then cut again, and that gives you enough space so you're not wasting too much space. So literally we're just going to go along there, cutting those bands out. And I've took the bottom out of mine, so they're all coming out there. Okay. So let's pop them there.
Whilst you're just popping along, we'll say a few more hellos. It's busy tonight. Hi to Evelyn in Colorado. Mary Pat, who says, I'm here for the scrapbooking. It's my first love. I've already saved the class.
Oh, I love that.
Sarah Muir joins us. Dietta's in Southern California. Doreen's in the Netherlands. Dale Hall says, I love scrapbooking. Faith Scheidel says, hi from Oregon. Cozy and Ready. And Laurie Minard joins us from Pennsylvania. Denise says, we need to see the Fagin performance. It's one of my favourite musical characters. It will be recorded, so I'll stick it on my Facebook. I'm not doing it live.
I think we could listen to it now if you want.
I haven't got it ready yet.
I mean, it could
still
be
working on it.
a sort of, I mean, like we could give you some feedback. Could we not just have a few lines?
We're just here to craft. We're not here to. This is not a sing along. This is a craft along. I've been scrapbooking for many years. Move on, Ben. Says Ricky. Everyone loves looking back at all of the memories. Emily Rapson says love scrapbooking. Hi Fred in California, and hi Stephanie joining us from Farmingdale, New Jersey. You seem to have hit a bit of a theme here, Debbie, that a lot of people love their scrapbooking. It's not something we do that often, is it? I don't think. Not as often as card making here on Crafters TV.
Yeah, not at all. And actually, I think scrapbooking is becoming massive again.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever went away, but I think it has become quite big. Now we're going to need more than this, but I'm going to start building these up so we can see what we need. And what we're going to do, we're going to sort of build these down round this curve. So these will coming down here. So what you definitely need with your handmade paper, you definitely need to be using your tacky glue, because nothing else is going to really cut it. Even your red liner tape will find it hard to stick to this, because it's quite fibrous. So all we're going to do, and you can add more as you go along, I'm literally going to put some all the way down that edge. Like so. I'm just going to do to about there. I don't need it all the way just yet. We're going to start building these up. And literally it's a case of just taking these and placing them wherever you want them. So, and they can go both ways. Like if you want to go one way and then the other way, you can absolutely do that. So just building these all the way down. And because you've got that curved line to follow and the glue's already there, you just get this really nice sort of curve going down.
Pat says the homemade paper is going to make some beautiful scrapbook pages.
Absolutely.
Stephanie's enjoying the camera shots tonight, Liam, so there you go. Little tip of the hat to you there.
Very good.
Liam's lens.
Liam's lens. I love that.
And Little Bear's enjoying the tips. Doretta says, thank you, Debbie, for showing how to get the most from punching. I always waste so much paper when punching. Hi, Amanda Hubbard. Hello, Ben and Debbie from the Ware in Hertfordshire. I missed the first few minutes, so I'm on catch-up. I've just had 6 parcels arrive.
Oh, exciting. What's in your parcels?
Yeah,
and yes, I'm nosy.
Thank you, Jane. Always one for a bit of a joke. Says, hi, Ben. Why did the cheddar cheese go to the gym? Because he wanted to get shredded.
Did you know that one, or did you read that?
I probably would have guessed it, but it's still a good joke. A little bit cheesy, though.
Look at that for camera work. You can really see that then curving
Liam's
round.
lens.
So yeah, absolutely amazing. So you can see that's following all the way down. And then you can just build up from then if you want to. So we're just going to put a little bit more. So where the sort of gaps are really, where you sort of got some extras, I'm just going to go over the top of where one ends and the other one starts. So just around here, and then we're just going to build some extras up around there. But I'm going to go the opposite way now. So can you see, like where we've come this way down, we're now going to go the opposite way and start building up.
Susie D's joined us. She's listening whilst cooking dinner. What are you cooking, Susie? Let us know. And we are so nosy. Don says, good afternoon from NC, North Carolina. I love scrapbooking and I've completed 26 of them over the years.
Wow.
Always looking for new ideas. What do you guys scrapbook? Let me know. Give me some scrapbook chat. Like, what do you scrapbook? Is it memories? Is it you know, kids and grandkids' birthdays? Is it holidays? Is it, you know, once in a lifetime trips? And then what do you do after? Are you literally just putting them away, or do you give them to someone, or do you just pop them on the shelf and then get them out again like photo albums like we used to do back in the day? Like what's the whole thing you guys do with scrapbooking? I'd love to hear. Carolyn just says, thank you so much for doing a scrapbook page. It's been since forever that I've worked on my scrapbooks and I need to put this on my to-do list after the first of the year. For you, Debbie, I guess, is it kind of memories with the kids and now the grandkids? Is that the kind of thing?
So I started off scrapbooking. That was what my craft was. And yes, I'd done all my kids. They all have scrapbooks, and and yeah, I mean, I've done my wedding.
Scrapbook your wedding?
But that's gone now.
Yeah. Wonder where that book's gone.
Yeah, we'll go to that one. And I've also done like days out. So like we've gone to theme parks and put my tickets in there and things like that. So yeah, it's always nice that you can do whatever, you can scrapbook whatever. Weddings are definitely, not weddings, holidays are definitely great ones because, and I'm sure people will know out there, Ben, but I was thinking like mine now's holidays, we'd buy one of these memory books where you can just have all your photos already put in them, and it was half price to get just, I think, 15 pages, and that was £40.
Gee whiz.
And that was half price, and I kept thinking, it'd be nice to do like each holiday and do it like that, but actually I'm thinking I should make them myself because that would be so much cheaper, and you can put so much more in them, and you can write little scraps in there, and you can do like amazing things. So I definitely think, don't go and get these books, actually go and make them, because it makes such a difference. Right, so we've got that bit done, and we've got our scrapbook here done, so you can see it's starting to take shape with this onto here. And then I think we'll do one more thing and then just let people catch up with those, Ben. So what I'm going to do is bring in just a piece of scrap card here. So I used 2 pieces of this cardstock. So my second piece I'm going to use to make some triangles here, to make some photo corners so it doesn't look so bare. And then all I did with this, again, lining it up on my glass mat, just move that round. I've just gone 2 inches in. So just putting a little mark at 2 inch there and there as well. I'm going to turn it round and do the same. In fact, that is exactly 2 inches, and do the same on that one. So what we can do with that is trim that off by 2 inches, like so. So trim that one 2 inches, and then that's going to give me my 2 inch mark. So if I do that at 2 inches as well, and then we're just going to, actually I only needed one, didn't I? I don't know why I didn't think of doing that earlier. And then we're going to cut that one in half, like so. So that's given me my 2 corners. And then I'm going to bring in some handmade paper. So this is the one that I'd already used to do my last corners with. And earlier we was saying about how you mat and layer things on. So what we're going to do is literally stick these into place and then just cut them out. So I'm just going to, again, use my tacky glue. You definitely want to use that when you're adhering anything to your handmade papers. So there we go.
Loads of lovely messages flying through tonight, so thanks everyone. Keep them coming. Remember, the more you comment, the more chance you've got of winning prizes. We've got lots of scrapbookers watching, which is, I suppose, no coincidence really. Hi Denise, she says scrapbook special days out with the grandchildren, she says, for them to have memories. It sounds like similar to what you did with your kids. I always thought of a scrapbook as a photo book, but fancier, says Stephanie. That's a nice way to think of it,
Yes,
actually.
absolutely. Yeah. And the good thing is when you have a handmade scrapbook like this, or scrap pages, you can literally write whatever you want on them, or put the words that you want on them.
Yeah.
Dates of things, little tickets inside, little pockets, little hidden messages you can have. So then when they get handed down, people then can look and see what they are.
I guess as well with the kids, because we've got boxes and boxes of, you know, when our kids were little, like the little pictures that they'd done, or school reports and stuff. But I guess, again, you know, putting the little pictures that they did at nursery or whatever into a book with pictures of them in that particular year. There's so many things you can do. Sandy says, I scrapbook my kids' family history albums, keep and then give them away. I gave my dad an album yesterday for his 82nd birthday.
Oh, that's so nice.
Fred makes scrapbooks, gives them as gifts, both with photos or blank pages with embellishments for others to complete. Julie says, I use mine like a photo album and add keepsakes. And Don says, trips, events, 4 of them are about my son from birth to graduating college. I mean, that's just lovely, isn't it? And Mary Pat says, I scrapbook everything from everyday life to celebrations. There's no sort of hard and fast rules with scrapbooking, I suppose, with whatever you scrapbook. And again, Debbie, I suppose how you put your pages together. There's no sort of rules with it, really, are there?
No rules at all. I think if something looks good, go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, I would start off with your photograph and go from there, because your photograph is what's going to give you all your inspiration of what you want to use around it. So,
and I suppose a tip that you gave earlier is relevant here, in the fact that if you're not quite sure again, get all the bits and pieces that you know you want to scrapbook and then sort of place them before you stick them.
Definitely. I didn't stick anything down.
No.
I'd done all of this, and I literally went from, so I don't know what I've actually, oh, there it is. So I went from this, so I knew that I wanted to incorporate some sort of flowers.
Such a cute picture.
I wanted to do, I had the browns. I did think about blues, but then actually I was thinking I wanted the blues to stick out. So I just wanted to go with the greens and the more muted, and that's when I thought actually the papers are going to work so well with that. It's all quite, what's the word, natural. It feels all quite natural. So there we go. We've got all our bits here together, and then we're going to do some die cut in a little while and mat and layer some extra pieces. But we'll stop there, let everyone catch up with that section, and then we'll continue.
Debbie Blanchard just says, we have a lot of scrapbooking retreats, and I went to my first one in June. It was lots of fun. 3 days to do nothing but scrapbook or paper crafts. I bet you're an expert scrapbooker now. Stephanie says, my kids want to make a scrapbook of family recipes. Another great idea. I love that idea.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And Rosalind says, I'm planning on using my Halloween papers for our trip to Harry Potter Studios in London.
Oh yes, that would be a good one.
Nicola says that is a good day. It's something that I've never done. Have you been there?
I've been twice.
Have you?
Yeah, I want to go again now.
It's a walkthrough, isn't it? There's not like rides as such.
Yeah, it's a walk for a bit, like you could be there for all day.
Oh, could you?
Yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah, it's honestly, I love it. I love it so much. And you don't even have to be a Harry Potter fan. You can just go even if you're not. Yeah.
And Jessica, before we have a quick break, says, I like making A to Z albums. I forget to write down things about the photos. So with A to Z, I do groups of photos from a variety of years. So for A, I do like adventures, or Alison to Z being zoo, photos of Z for sleeping. I love it. So many options, so many ideas, and that's the great thing about scrapbooking. That's the great thing about this craft along. We will pause for just a second. Great opportunity for you to check out anything that you have in your basket. Shop the show for all of the deals. We will get onto those a little bit later. But if there's anything particular that you've seen that you want to see in more detail, again, let us know. And the questions you've got for Debbie as well, feel free to fire those in. But in the meantime, let us have a short break, and we'll meet you back here in about 4 minutes' time.
I like to get up, chill, relax, get a cup of tea, then get myself sorted. And if I'm presenter, I'll write all my notes. If I'm the demonstrator, I'll get my prep out, have another look at it, make sure that everything is the way it needs to be for the show. Do the show, then what I'll do is I'll grab something to eat. Then have another look at the sheets again, making sure the next show's all good to go. Then we do that show, tidy. I always like to make sure that the area is nice and tidy, either for myself the next day or whoever's in. Jump in the car, head home. I will quickly unpack what I need to unpack, and then I get on that sofa as quick as I can. As soon as we go live, I love that within our live shows, I always get the butterflies. As soon as we get that countdown in our ear that we're just going live, butterflies kick in, and within about 10-15 seconds, I'm going. Butterflies have gone, and we just enjoy the show. Early riser. Oh, shower in the morning. Tea. Oh, savoury breakfast. Masterclass. My mobile phone. Oh, anything with chicken. Currently, it is the weekend, Blinding Light, and it has been for about a couple of years, and I still love it. Apart from jumping in the car, chilling on the sofa, watching TV.
come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. I think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White. You're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
Welcome back. Hello. Good to see you. Madge says, I might have to try scrapbooking in the new year. Enjoying the craft along, tidying my craft room whilst I watch. Yeah, absolutely give it a go. I think I've done 2 scrapbook pages on craft alongs previously. I did one for Mac, bless him, well, it must have been last year, with Debbie, and it was just so much fun, just putting it all together and then choosing the photo. I think that's the most of the fun for me, is like getting on your phone and like choosing all of the different photos that you're going to pop onto a page. Yeah. I know I've got to show these, but just off the back of that, Stephanie's just asked, like, she says, when you make a scrapbook, where does everyone start? Like, where do you start, Debbie? She says, do you start with a theme, or do you print out pictures and then work around that, or do you choose colours and then work? Like, what do you do personally?
Yeah, for me, it's always about the photograph.
Right.
So I think, but a lot of people do it on theme. So if you've had a beach holiday, you might have a paper pad that's going to work really well with that because it's got that sort of beach theme. You might want to use like Enchanted Ocean paper pad, and then some of the bits that go with that because it's all got that sort of theme. So then you would start on the theme. But I always think it's colours that you've got to look at first of all, because you might have a beach holiday, but you might not have a paper pad that's got the colours that are in your photographs. You might be wearing like a bright pink swimwear like throughout, or you know, you might have a sort of tropical flowers in the background, and you might want to sort of theme it around that. So I would always say, look at your photographs, what you want to do first. Think of your colour scheme. Think of what you've got to go with that, and use up all your scraps, because scrapbooking is exactly that. It's about using up your scraps. It's about using your papers that are going to go with those photographs. It's about making embellishments, but also it's about keeping it flat. So when you do put them in books, nothing's getting squished down. So you keep them relatively flat in your book. This sort of one, if you want to, you can frame it and put it on your wall.
Oh, yeah.
So there's different. You know, you don't have to just hide away your scrapbooks and get them out every so often. And I would definitely leave them on your table as well. So when people come round, most of my friends would always be nosy. If there was a book on the table, they would be opening it and seeing what's in it. And people love that. So yeah, so I think themes and photographs, that's your starting point. Excellent
stuff. Barbara just saying that I started scrapbooking with my family photos, and then you said you got into card making. So yeah, keep those scrapbook memories coming in. So the more you comment, the more chance you've got of winning a prize. Just want to show you the punches that we've got on the show that Debbie used. So Debbie was using the rock fern, not the rocker fern, rock fern. You basically got Halloween punches in here, and then you've also got all of your sort of fall punches. So the fall punches are going to give you, these are 1-inch punches. So there's your fern. And again, what's so nice is obviously you get the punch into your cardstock or your paper, and then you've got the actual leaf itself. So multiple uses with these. You've then got your oak leaf. Then this one I think is maple. Then you have got your leaf foliage. And then lastly, in the 1-inch sort of 4 punches is the tree. Then you get the cutest little teeny weeny mini punches. These are so cute. These are 3/8 of an inch paper punches, and these are all sort of spooky themed, Halloween themed. So you've got your spider, you have got your hat, witch's hat or sorting hat. You got witch's hats, and then small brown bats. So bats. Did you sing that on there the other day? Oh, I missed that Halloween song. Give me another whole
We
year.
could do it
till
again if you want.
Halloween is coming, Halloween is coming. Witches, cats, and big black cat bats. Ooh. Boo.
I always say it the wrong way round.
It's fine. You joined in though. You do you.
I do me.
Yeah. And then in the Halloween collection, you have got the Slimer ghost from Ghostbusters. It could be any other ghost, but it definitely looks like Slimer. You've got your scaredy cat. Meow. And your witch on a broom, witch on a broom, witch on a broom.
I love it.
So in total, that is, what is that? It's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 11 punches you're going to be getting for just £36. It's down there now, Ben. Use the big there. £36 or $44 if you want to add those into your basket. Right. Let us have a little look at some more scrapbooking with Debbie. As I said, we've got tons on the show as far as deals are concerned, so if there are any other bits and pieces that you want to see, please give me a holler. Any questions you've got for Debbie, obviously about this project, but just any scrapbooking quandaries and queries in particular, let's get those in as well. Let's chat about those. And indeed, if you want to send in... are we all good for pictures now? So we've got pictures, but if people send in pictures of scrapbooks, is that going to cause gremlins? I don't want to... Okay, if you've got any scrapbook pages you want to share with us, then send those in and we will try and upload them to the system. We had a bit of a problem earlier on. I'm just hearing we might be showing you some pictures now, apparently. Do we want to show those now?
Oh, let's see little mini Elvis.
Okay, so earlier on, Sandy said that it was her grandson had dressed up as Belvis or Elvis for Halloween. Without a wig though, but I think you'll all agree when you see this picture that Sandy's grandson... Oh, it's Sandy's son, is it? My apologies, I thought it was a grandchild. What's Sandy's son called? Jim!
Jim.
I love that!
Oh, little Jimmy.
Look at Jim! He's even got a gold microphone as well.
Such a cute outfit.
That is brilliant. Look at the bucket! Thank you. Thank you very much. That is brilliant. I love the fact he's even got, like, if you look on the centre before, he's got like the sort of fallen down quiff as well.
Oh, it's honestly, it's the cutest outfit ever, isn't it?
If he came knocking on your door Halloween, you'd have to give him extra sweets, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Give him all the sweets, yeah, all the sweets.
Sandy.
Oh, Sandy's so cute.
What a cute little lad. Jim.
I loved it. It's called
just
Jim.
one Halloween right there. Absolutely love that. Right, send in more pictures as we said. If we can upload them, we will. Julie just says, I've started with the person, one for each son. Now I'm starting on each grandchild and one for every holiday you're saying with your scrapbooking. And Stephanie says, I think we need some masterclasses on scrapbooking. Hey, listen, you shout, you let us know what you want to see, and we'll always do our very best to bring whatever you want to these shows. But let's get back to this project with Debbie. So where did we leave it last?
Right, so we've done our base page and this one. Now what we want to do is we want to use this one to edge. So I want to create a border around this. So all I'm going to do is literally, now I've done this quite a lot today, we're going to sort of stick our paper craft to this bit. Now, it's at this point, if you're going to, because we're going to cover this up.
Yeah.
So this section here, if you wanted to gut this out, so you could use that to make your flowers, then you can absolutely do that. I'm just going to stick mine to it and use another sheet because I've got some odd sheets. But if you didn't want to be so wasteful with your paper, you can absolutely cut that out. So all I'm going to do is literally down this section, so where my curve starts and ends here, we're just going to put our glue. So we're just going to take that tacky glue and go all the way down to there and then across. And then that's going to stick to the green cardstock. So again, all I'm going to do is use my finger just to run along there so it goes into sort of all the fibres of that glue, and then I know that that will stick really well. So I'm just going to waft that a bit to get some air. That's just going to let it go a bit more tackier, and then we're just going to take this to our page here and pop that down.
That picture of Jim, by the way, so Mary says if he'd come to my house he would have gotten all the candy, way too cute. Jim is adorable, says Jane, and Sandy says he was 15 months old, he's now 15 years old.
Oh!
I bet he's really appreciated you sending that picture in. I love that,
They're the
Sandy.
best pictures though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, so I've got a little bit of a wonk going on here. So what I'm going to do, I decided to put it on a wonk and then just trim that to size. So just that little bit there, that's better. And then that way I can go straight down to here. And again at the bottom. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because a lot of it you're not going to see, but it just edges all of that part. And you can always cut some more of your ferns and dot them about if you wanted to make it a bit more sort of fuller. So we've got that bit onto there. Now we're going to take that same piece of card and I'm going to take this border die now as well. Now you could cut more than one. I've only done one because I quite like the idea of just having that difference on your actual design. So we're just going to, I'm going to trim this down. We don't need all of that. And then we're just going to place that onto our plates and run that through. So let's take that one out and pop that one on there. So just so we can be a bit more frugal with our paper. Just pop that across. And you can actually, what you could do, Ben, is use any of these border dies as well. Because any strip of border, however you decide to do it, you might want to do like Ben said, it was the candy cane one.
Yeah.
You might want to do that and thread some ribbon in and out of that one, which would look really beautiful. So let's just take all those little pieces off and take that one out. Look at that, it's beautiful, absolutely. I love this die, it's so lovely. And these again, these borders you're going to start to use in so many different ways. So I just want to trim that one at the bottom there. So taking that completely out and then that one across there. And if you're really frugal with your papers, literally, I mean, that could be your border as well. You've got this one that creates another border, which is fabulous. So if you want to create different borders, keep that scalloped edge as well.
Yeah.
Right, so once we've done that, let's pop that to the side. I'm just going to put my die back on so I don't lose it, and I've already lost it. I must have just took it out. What did I just do with that? Oh, it's over there. So pop that there, and then just that inside. Right, once you've got to this point, we're going to just use, now this is where I use my Centura pearl, so I'm going to, I've just got a scrap bit of Centura here. We're going to place that onto here. I just want to have a strip. So if you look on the back here, just going to go from this part, just want to see where it's going to go until about there. So let me use my pen. I would say that's just, in fact, I would say about ½ an inch. So let's just take this and actually calm down. So I think that would possibly be just before, so on that metal strip,
Yeah.
And we're just going to trim that down. If it's too big, we can always cut another one, because that is then going to go, perfect. Yep, so you can see there, if I turn that over, and in fact, I think your metal strip that's on your guillotine would be the perfect size to put a strip behind there.
Yeah.
So let's pop that on. And then we're just going to use this with our dotty tape pen. And the dotty tape pen we're going to just put right down the centre and a little bit on the sides, so then it's going to hold that strip into place. Like so. And we're just going to use that. So this is sort of filling the gap. So just down there, making sure that covers all of that section. And then again, just use your scoring tool to burnish that down, and that will make sure that won't come undone.
If you were doing like scrapbook pages for a holiday, like how many pages would you make? Well,
that depends on your photos and how many you want to make. So, yeah, you could do quite a few. I mean, it's about also, isn't it? I mean, we all want to look at our own pages, but you want to make it interesting. So what you would possibly do is you would choose, like, you don't want to see 20 pictures of you on the beach doing the same thing, laying in the sun or in the sea. No. You probably want to choose the ones that look, well, Ben would, I can see by Ben, he would love to do that. But yes, I think you just take the pictures that you really want to use. So I've done this so it fits sort of perfectly down there, but you can cut it to whatever sort of shape that you want it to be. So we're going to pop that to the side, and we've got our book page here, and then we're going to actually cut some other pieces now. So I'm going to use this one that we took off those triangles, and we're going to trim this piece and some craft card as well. So let me just grab some craft card. I'm using all my offcuts here. So we want to cut these. Let me just check what we've used here. Let's have a look. We're going to trim 6x4 our craft card.
Okay. Lots of great tips from Debbie, says Stephanie. Fred says the trim pieces can be used to decorate envelopes too. Absolutely, I love that idea. And Diana says, I think the trim pieces would look good with weaving pretty yarns through them as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sandy says, more scrapbooking shows, please. Love to see the products and methods adapted to scrapbook pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice. So we've got a 6x4, and then this one's going to be slightly smaller. So we're going to do a 5 3/4. And we're going to, oh, that's not going to work, is it? So we need to do it the other way. So 5 3/4. In fact, only because where I've trimmed off my little triangles. So let's try that again. 5 3/4. And we're going to do that. That was 4, so we're going to go 3 3/4. So that piece is going to go in the middle like so. And then our photograph, so I've got my photograph is 4x6.
Yeah.
And then I want to put another piece of the yellow, but I'm not sure if I've got another piece. So actually, I think I might just cut a little border around it. So we'll have just to edge that around like that. So let's do that. That would be at, well, in fact, it'd be 6 inches. So I must have trimmed my photo a little bit smaller. Yeah, so that's 5 3/4 my photo, and I think I've done it by 4 inches. Yes, 4 inches. And this piece here, just an offcut. I've done that. In fact, let's do that at a more. So I've done that at 2 3/4, and then we've done that at 6 inches, I believe. Yeah, 6 inches. So that piece now. So this will go here, but then I wanted another bit just to highlight the picture. So that will then come into play here, like so. So it's just a case of adding those extra layers on.
Yeah.
Right, shall we let people catch up there, Ben?
Yeah.
With all that matten laying and their border, and then we'll stick all that down, and then we've got all our flowers and our sentiments to do.
Excellent stuff. If you have just joined us, welcome. We have got loads more to show you over the course of the next hour or so. Loads of great deals on the show for you too. One thing that you guys were asking about in the previous show was, can we have a look, please, at that goodie bag? So we've got a sentiment goodie bag. Yes, I'm happy to show you this. It is £12 or $20 if you are a platinum member. And it basically works out like so. You are going to get, or you're going to pay for, the sentiments from the Honeysuckle collection. These are cute, and as you can imagine, with them being bee themed, you've got lots of things in there about, you know, sweetness, if you like. So you are sweet, let it be, the sweetest friend. You are sweeter than honey. Live a beautiful life. Thank you for being there. You've also got just because, I'm going to have to read them all now. Beautiful. Be awesome. You're the bee's knees. I still love that, and I feel like that was on a show with you that we chatted about at the time. Like, why is it said like the bee's knees are so good? Because that's where they keep the pollen, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. Bee's knees.
Bee's knees.
What do you? No, it doesn't matter. You've got. I was going to do a joke. Be fabulous. Let life sweeter with you. It's going to be a good day. Be kind. You're sweet. And be happy. Kind words are like honey. They are really cute.
Yeah, really lovely.
So you're paying for that one. You're then also paying for your Christmas sentiments. In here, you've got 7 stamps. These are more like sort of Christmas verses, really, if you like.
Yeah, you put these on the inside of the card, yes.
May your heart be filled with love, joy, and peace this holiday season. That's for the first one you're going to get. You're then going to get Merry Christmas to someone who's always on my nice list. Oh.
I love that.
That's Liam. He's always on my nice list. Yep. Blessings to you this Christmas season. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Sending you lots of Christmas cheer. Wishing you a festive Christmas season and a peaceful new year. And the holly and the ivy, I know, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. So you've got those in there. And then the next lot of goodies I'm going to show you here, you get for absolutely nothing. You're getting all this for free. So you'll get your sentiments from the Wild at Heart collection. It's your birthday, go wild. Stay wild. Wild at Heart. I'm wild about you. Fabulous friend. Glamorous friend. Hello, beautiful. Smart and sassy. Wild and free. Be wild. Dare to dream. And everyone's favourite, of course. Yes, Queen. That's free. Also for free, you're going to get the sentiments from the Myths and Legends collection. You're a Gladiator. That's out this Friday, isn't it? The new Gladiator movie.
Is it this Friday? Oh, nice.
Because it was Paddington this Friday, Paddington 3, Gladiator next Friday, and then the Friday after that is Wicked.
Oh, okay.
It looks so good. That movie looks so
it does
good.
look good.
So you're a gladiator. Happy birthday. You're a goddess. Love is the most powerful force in the world. Goddess of wisdom. The sky is the limit. You are strong. And goddess of love and beauty. And then lastly, also for free, you're getting a cute little die in there, which is your wedding invitation from Sarah's Garden of Love collection. So all of that for £12 or $20. Always handy to have an array of sentiments in your collection, and that is a brilliant way to be able to do that at a very, very small price. So grab that whilst you can. Few comments still coming through. Let's have a look at these. Hi to Ruby says the trims are really pretty. I love the colours. Terry H says, I like to scrapbook all family events and also my holiday decor and my flowers and garden each year. Fred says, yellow decorative corners from earlier collections would look nice too. And we have a question which I shall pose to Debbie in just a few moments. Before that though, I just want to show you a few other deals that we've got on the show. Some of our luxury foiled acetate on the show for you. This is from the Halloween sets that we did, so it's a 12-piece set. These are beautiful because you've got that stunning sort of holographic design across all the designs that you've got in there, from the spider's webs to the spooky pumpkin faces to the bats.
It's a bit of a bargain, that.
Well, isn't it a bit of a bargain? It is 60% off that. Normally £19.99, 25 quid, £6.39 or £7.98. So yes, a bit of a bargain. is a good way to describe that. This next deal is also a bit of a bargain. It's one of the make and send pads, and these are brilliant. And again, these are bend proof, because I've crafted with these. It's literally, Debbie, isn't it? Your card base, your decorative elements, and your envelope all in one pad, isn't it? It's a really good
and your
concept.
insert, absolutely. Ribbons, it's amazing. I cannot believe you're getting that for $6.39.
Yeah.
Wow.
Incredible, incredible. All you literally need with that is something to cut the bits and pieces out with and a bit of glue, really. I mean, that is it. It's a really cool concept, and that one, of course, is your winter wishes. So again, a really inexpensive way to make Christmas cards this year. Maybe you're looking for something which is going to allow you to do that for the first time, but also if you're a more experienced crafter and you think you've made all your Christmas cards, there's always that one person you forget, or that one person that you didn't make a card for who ends up knocking on your door on Christmas Eve to give you a bottle, and you're like, oh no, I haven't made them a card. These kind of pads help you to make. Nicholas says, that sounds like it's happened to you. No, never happens to me. Nobody knocks on my door.
And also great for the kids. Like, they can make all their own Christmas cards, and you'll still have plenty of toppers for your own Christmas cards to make.
It's a bargain, isn't it, really?
Real
£20,
bargain.
$25, not tonight. And the next one, this is a bargain. There's less than 50 of these left. The 6x6 paper pad from the Myths and Legends. This is a £6, $10 pad that you're getting for £1.91.
It's a bargain.
What is it? Or $3.18. So yeah, just again, grab that. It's a brilliant, brilliant paper pad, and again, a great collection. If you've already bought it, you just need to multi-buy, but I say less than 50 of those. We've also got the Honeysuckle 6x6 paper pad, again at that same ridiculous price. There are less than 100 of those to go around, so again, worth snapping up. All great buys as well, you know, for little Christmas gifts, stocking fillers. If you know someone who loves, you know, their crafting, maybe you're watching for a craft tonight and looking for some really, really cool gifts at low prices, then you've got a couple of really lovely paper pads right there. We've also got the Christmas Rose 8x8 topper pad. And again, this is at a discounted price. So normally £12.99, £14.99, £8.31, £9.59. 48 sheets, and I think this is similar to the topper pad that I showed you in the earlier show, and the fact that you get sheets of elements that will cut out, don't you? And then you get, I think you get 12 pages of die-cut toppers as well that you press out.
And backgrounds. It's just incredible. I mean, that is another bargain. I mean, that is brilliant for your Christmas makes.
And it's a really different kind of Christmas as well. If you're looking for more of a contemporary sort of Christmas look, that is a great pad to go for. Question in a second, but let's have a look at some of your pictures, because you guys have been sending in pictures of your scrapbook pages. Lucine Smith.
Oh, look at that.
I'm going to get close to the telly for this.
Oh, that's like the Little Mermaid's treasure trove.
That's
look at
really
that.
clever.
And that's the Enchanted Ocean.
Yes.
I love that. There's a lot of work in that. That's beautiful.
That is incredible. You've even got, what's the little fish called? Is that flounder?
Flounder, yes. Oh, that's amazing. I love that so much. And look at the background. I don't know how you've done that. It might be, I don't know, but it looks like metallic. Could be metallic ink pads in the background.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
It's so clever. And this next scrapbook page, again, so many levels and different textures on here, aren't there?
Yeah, it's beautiful. That, in fact, that's from Sheena's. That's the crow in Sheena's
Crystal
new
Visions.
Crystal Visions, yes. That's amazing.
I love that. What's that? Is that a picture? What's that picture of? You'll have to let us know.
Looks amazing.
Lucine. I mean, it's obviously like it's a little jetty, isn't it, with a boathouse on it?
So nice.
Was that Holiday, or is that at the bottom of the garden? Oh, the sign says Alligator Swamp.
Oh.
Wow. Don't put your toes in there.
Oh, that's cool.
This again is brilliant. Look at that.
I love how you're using all the die cuts and your stamps to frame your pictures. That's beautiful.
I love the fact as well that you've obviously got that image of the stag behind the silver birch trees, and then the photos to kind of go alongside it as well.
So clever. I love that, Lucine.
It's like a scrapbooking 101. This, I love it. And one more from Lucine. So
again, look at that.
So he's got the frog. Is that a real frog or a fake frog?
Probably real.
Oh, so we're thinking it could be pictures from Disney, so that's probably not a real frog. But
and this is what we were talking about earlier, Ben, when you think, how do you get to make your scrapbook? So obviously these pictures, the Crystal Visions, is totally inspired by the pictures. and you've used them. These are just beautiful. I love them.
Such a cool selection of pictures, Lucine. Thank you. Feel free to send in any more pics and we will show them. Great stamp goodie bag, says there. I know, right? It's a really good stamp goodie bag. It's a great price. You're going to have to be quick on that, though. Wicked. Can't wait, says Rebecca. Ben, it was filmed in Ivanhoe. Oh, there you go. See, I did not know that. Yeah, down in Bucks, near where Rebecca is, near where I was from. I could have been in the film. There you go. Artistic Expressions by Sarah says, before I started card making I was into scrapbooking, so it's nice to see a show on this. And Samantha Cheney says, I was a historian for our church's women's group. It was my job to take photos, collect mementos, record outings and put it all in a scrapbook for each month. During our yearly state conventions we would display our scrapbooks and they were judged. Our church won 3 years in a row. Well, I don't doubt that, Samantha. Feel free to send us some pictures if you would care to share. And Stephanie is just asking, a good question this, is there a difference between a scrapbook and a memory book, says Stephanie?
Yeah, so it is a good question. So scrapbooks are basically sort of bigger books that you scrap all your photos and you use up all your scraps in your house. So it's about scrapbooking. Memory books tend to be smaller books which you put into little pockets and sort of just that you create memories with. I mean, both of them do the same sort of thing. I think just a memory book is probably smaller because you keep lots of memories inside it. So that would be especially good if you've got like ticket stubs or you've been to a theme park or you've collected little bits and pieces and you want to put stuff in pockets and that. So that will create the memories, and a scrapbook is really for your photos and scrapbooking that whole memory of what the photos are about. So very different, but sort of the same as well. So yeah, but that's pretty much what it is. Memory books are a bit smaller, scrapbooks are bigger.
And one more question which has just come in for the break. Mad says, Debbie, do you make your own books to put the pages in?
No, so I've never made my own book, no. I've always bought scrapbooks. So you can buy them. I think we might be getting them at some point, so you can actually get your own scrapbooks because they are really good to have, just to be able to pre-make them. But I've never made one myself.
Could you remember that album spine we used to do? You could have used that back in the day if you had that 10-inch album spine, could you? And then back to your papers to make them more rigid, or not?
Yes, so you could absolutely do that. Yeah, absolutely. And some people have the spine binder, don't they, where they actually can make their own spine to do them as well. Memory books, we've had memory books where we've made them before out of kits, but actual scrapbooks, I've always bought albums before in the past. Yeah.
And one more question. So we're trying to go for a break here. Can you stop sending your questions? No, I'm only joking. Urana Stanley says, hello Ben and Debbie. Oh, this is a question about her guillotine. Says, my small guillotine doesn't seem to cut the bottom straight. What's going on?
Well, funny enough, I had one today, and as I pulled it down, the bottom bit just was kept catching, so I don't really know. We need to have a look at that. So yeah, I don't actually really know what it is. It might just mean that your arm needs maybe tightening. That's what I'm sort of thinking, to align it a little bit better. But yeah, I'm not really sure. If you do keep having difficulties, just get in touch with customer service.
Lovely. I think that is it for now. But keep the questions coming, keep your comments coming. Want to know about what you scrapbook, how you scrapbook, feel free to send any pictures as well. We'll make the last sort of 50 minutes or so nice and interactive. And as I say, the more chances you've got of winning if you contact us and get in touch, because we've got some prizes to give away. I'll tell you more about that after this short break. But listen, get to the checkouts. Anything you've got in your basket goes swiftly. Lots of items on this show, limited in stock. That goodie bag I know is flying as well, so grab that before that disappears, and we'll see you back here in about 4 minutes' time.
Day to day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts and then grab my tea.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along, because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, some scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes to the moment. My favourite song at the moment is Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath.
Welcome back, everybody. Scrapbooking, says Sandy, is 1,000% worth doing. They become family treasures in years to come. Yeah, I truly believe that, because it's the same with like photo albums, isn't it? One of my most treasured things, I got it for my 18th birthday, is my mum and dad had put together photos of me from when I was very little, right up to that point. It was before, like, you know, Facebook and all that, so it's just literally like 2 albums full of photos, and I love just to pull those out and
my
look
mum
through
did
them.
me one for my 40th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's exactly the same.
That's going to be the same as scrapbooks, right? Just to pull them out and show them the kids, the grandkids. I can understand why so many people do it and why you guys absolutely love doing it. Don says, I did a scrapbook of my mother and her 3 sisters from childhood to adulthood, and 2 years ago when we got together in DC to remember my mum, I presented it to them and they spent hours looking. Really super cute stories, and this is what it's all about, isn't it? This is why I think, you know, you love to scrapbook and why so many people are loving this show. Any more comments like that, feel free to fire them in. We love to read your scrapbook stories. Any questions you've got as well, anything to do with this particular project, anything you want to ask Debbie about, maybe you want to get into scrapbooking, but again, you're not quite sure where to start. Maybe you want hints and tips on like layouts, for example, like how you go about doing that. Again, ask those questions. even if you think it might have been asked already in the first hour and a bit of the show, we're happy to go over again, so you can get in touch here. And again, if you want to send in pictures, feel free to do so. So, we've got most of the bits and pieces for your scrapbook page ready, haven't we, I think?
Yes, well, we've got to do all the flowers yet and
yes.
the words, so we're going to be doing them. So I'm going to bring in, though, my base scrapbook, and we're going to just glue this all into place now. So this is all ready to go to put everything together. So I'm just going to use my tape pen on this one, and I prefer to use a tape or red liner tape on this bit, because then it won't, unless you leave this with your wet glue, because otherwise glue tends to just pull the pages.
Right.
So it'll sort of, and it'll come up, and this one's a good example. Can you see it's got a little bit of a wave about it? You can't see it. If I put it that way, oh yeah, you can see it that way. And that's just because of where it's the wet glue, where if I'd laid that flat before I'd put everything off with the wet glue, it would have gone flat. So what I'm going to do with this one is just use my tape pen to go in the middle, and then you won't get none of that buckling at all. Now this, because we're using this as a full page, if you wanted to, we could go up here, and then you could fill here with flowers and sentiments or whatever. You could have it down at the bottom, at the side. It's up to you where you put it. Once you've got this done, the choice is yours, where you want the sort of composition of where you want to place it. I'm just going to put mine right in the middle. But obviously if you're doing an 8x8 scrapbook page, you don't need to use the big amount around the side. And then again, I'm turning it over, and I'm just making sure that I burnish down. That way everything will stick to it beautifully, and then that'll stay nice and flat.
Yeah.
So let's bring all our other elements in here. So this is our next piece. So this one is going to go here. So we're just going to use that one as well. Because we've got the handmade papers on this side, I am going to use my wet glue. And less is more. You don't need lots of wet glue because it takes longer to dry.
Is this your adhesive of choice? Because Diana says, Debbie, what adhesive do you recommend that will hold up through the years for your scrapbooking pages and more specifically photos?
Yeah, absolutely, wet glue. It's, sorry, tacky glue. Yeah, I love tacky glue. It's very good. You can get a glue I mean, this is an all, so we call our other glue all-purpose. Tacky glue is called all-purpose as well. In fact, I'm sure it says somewhere, tacky glue, dries clear, transparent. Oh, here, on here, all-purpose glue.
Yeah.
So it actually says, I knew it says it on there. So although we do an all-purpose glue, your tacky glue is really good. And I think this is more all-purpose because you can use it on any medium.
Yeah.
Even if you've got buttons, if you've got little wooden embellishments, if you've got metal charms, anything like that, your tacky glue will hold it.
And is that fine for, I know you've obviously, that's not an actual photo you printed, it's a printed photo there, isn't it? It's
Printed photo, yes.
So if you were sticking actual photos, would the tacky glue work there as well, or was it best to get a proper photo glue?
I mean, nothing's better than your actual photo glue.
Right.
There's something, I mean, someone will be able to tell us, but there is something that they don't put in. I think it is anything that's solvent-based. So if something is water-based, like tacky glue, I think it's fine to put in your photos, yeah. But obviously photo glue, I'm not sure, you know what, I'm going to look a bit more into that because I'm not sure whether that's just a bit of a gimmick, they do a photo glue.
Yeah, it might be.
Because I think I've always used tacky glue and never had a problem. So, and it's like anything, if you keep something well, your tacky glue is not going to go directly onto, I would say put your photographs on with your tape pen. Rather than any sort of glue. My one here, I just printed, this has been printed onto paper.
Yeah.
And then I just put it onto some cardstock at the back. So you don't have to print them in high resolution or glossy paper. I mean, you could and they'd look lovely. And it's the same like where you keep them. Don't keep them near heat, don't keep them in sunlight, because then the longevity of your photos are going to last a bit longer. So, and then we're going to pop this one just onto here. So let's just...
Where was that photo taken, if that's not being too nosy? It's such a cute pic.
So we do, in Norfolk, it's the pumpkin park. So you can go and pick your own pumpkins, and they do like little photo opportunities and things where you can go and do little things. They go every year. We were supposed to go with them this year and we never ended up going, which was a shame, but they went and picked all their pumpkin. They get really excited about Halloween.
Yeah.
They
as much as Christmas.
Sorry?
As much as Christmas.
Yeah. They absolutely love it. I need to, shall I just quickly try and find their photos for Halloween?
That's all right.
Because they were so cute. It won't take me long to find them because it wasn't that long ago, was it?
Was this their Halloween costume?
Their Halloween costumes, they were just amazing. They looked so cute.
Did they choose then, or were they sort of nudged in a particular direction of what to wear?
Here they are, there's one. There's Ruby. Shall I show it overhead? Look,
Oh,
there.
wow.
Look how cute she looked. And then that was Ava.
Who did the face paint?
That's my daughter.
They're incredible.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, so they were really very cute.
Wowee.
Yeah, and they love it. They absolutely love it. Getting steamed up so I can't see. Right, so we're going to pop this into place. And again, you don't have to keep everything straight. So what my aim is we've got sort of, this is taking your eye to this part of your scrapbook. I want to sort of bring it all down a little bit now. So depending on where you want to put this, I'm actually going to bring this one here, and then we're going to bring this one even further down. So this is going to come down here. So we're just creating those sort of steps coming down. And then this one is going to then go here, which is going to create that beautiful border at the side. So it's sort of tying it all together. So let's stick all these ones down.
When it comes to positioning again, I know some people get a bit stuck on that. Have you got any, again, tips on how to get the best
So like
out
you
of...
were saying, and we were saying earlier about not sticking things down.
Yeah.
Have a look first, see if you like it. If you don't, try something else. There's no hard rules, and I love that. I don't think there has to be any rules. I think whatever you think looks good, go with it. If you really like something, yeah, I would do that. And if something feels unbalanced, you can always balance it up with something else. So like when we do this, we're going to start to get sort of top heavy down this side. We can then put other embellishments to sort of even it up.
Do you go on like a 1 photo per page rule then? Or is
So
that...
I like a 1 photo per page.
Right.
That is something I like to do because I think you can really be quite creative by doing 1 photo. So yes, I am a little bit like that, but it's not a rule.
No.
I just think, yeah, it just looks quite good. So I'm going to put some foam pads down this part here, and I actually I'm just going to go over here and look for some thinner. There we go, they're perfect.
Tell you what, so lots of comments coming through about the face painting. Your daughter did a beautiful job, says Pat.
I know,
the face
she's
paint's
very
amazing, says Jessica. The face paint's amazing, says Hilary.
Yeah, she's very clever, my daughter. She's quite arty and crafty, but not in the same way as me.
Would she have done that? Did she do that just off the top of her head then, or did she look at a picture and then...
No, she'll just do that off the top of her head.
That's so good.
Yeah, she's very good. And in fact, when we went out on Halloween, we went to Thetford Forest to have a big park. So we went to the forest where they did all Halloween activities. And she drew this spider coming down her forehead, and just this big spider. And it was so good. And when we got there, they were doing face paints and they were using stencils to do the spider. Yeah. And Poppy went, I can't believe they're using stencils. And I said, did you just freehand that? She said, yeah, I just drew a spider.
To get her to do the face painting in the end.
Yeah, they should have done. Yeah, she's very good. And she enjoys it. Yeah, she's very good like that. Yeah, she likes upcycling. She likes painting furniture and doing things like that.
Very creative family.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my mum was very much so. So we're going to pop this border on just here, and it still gives me a little bit of the side here. So I think what I'm going to do is trim these down and put these on the edge. And this is just balancing out where we've got a lot of layers. So foam pads are oh, it's the wrong one. I didn't want that one. I wanted the thinner. And I say wrong one just in case anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about. On your foam pads, it's the depth. These ones are quite thick, can you see? And this one are thinner. So you have 2 different depths of foam pads. Liam's saying he never knew that.
You learn something new every day.
You certainly do, yeah. So, and I just want the thinner ones, and they're just going to balance that out. So let's just do them down this side. Oh, that's a bit of a full one. There we go. Don't need many. We're just going to go down these edges just to pop them on the side.
Ruby says, I started including a digital version with scrapbooks and memory books. I take pics of all the finished pages and then also include digital of all pics used.
That's a good idea.
Quite a nice idea, actually.
Yeah, my dad uses all his on his computer.
Yeah.
But then I always think, like, I wouldn't know how to find all these pics and what he's done with them.
Yeah.
So I'd want him to sort of print them off. Yeah, my mum started scrapbooking. That's how I started.
Yeah.
It's such a nice... I mean, there's real hardcore... I haven't scrapbooked for years. There's some really hardcore scrappers out there that do so many...
Hardcore scrappers. Sounds like a boxing match or something.
And they do amazing scrapbook pages. And the other thing is as well, we've got so many cool sites like Pinterest that you can go on and get layouts done for you.
Yeah.
So, and that's always quite a nice way. So just pop in that down the side there.
Fred just says, I often slip photos into corners or slits so that you can remove them to make copies for others when requested. That's a nice idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Really nice idea.
And Stephanie says, this is coming together beautifully, Debbie. Ben, will you give scrapbooking a try? I've done it before, Stephanie. I've done two. I did one of Mac. And I did one, I can't remember when that was, I think it was even further back. I did one of Daisy with all of pony riding a little while ago, well, quite a long time ago. It's fun. I find, like, with the little scrapbooking I've done, I almost feel like there's less pressure on a scrapbook page than there is making a card.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I do know what you mean.
I don't know if it's because, in my mind, like, you've got a bit, with it's 12 by 12, you've got a bigger space, and so I suppose less opportunity to muck it up, if you know what I mean. That's what I kind of think. But I know what you're saying, Nicola's going, there's more opportunity to muck it up. I kind of feel like there's less opportunity to muck it up. But and Nicola's also said she wants me to do another scrapbook page soon. What do you want me to scrapbook? Oh, a scrapbook page about you. Because obviously you are the best member of staff here.
I didn't even know you'd done any scrapbooks.
Yeah. Only twice I've done it, as I say. One of my dog, which I did on air, and then one for Daisy with her.
And that was two craft alongs that we've done for scrapbooking then?
Oh, you're asking the wrong... it must have been. It must have been. There was one was with... They might have both been with Debbie Robinson. But they were ages ago. A year ago, 18 months ago, probably more. 2 years ago.
So you can see here, Ben, I'm managing to cut through two of these because these are the handmade papers. It's a little bit like foam. They squish together quite well, so they cut through beautifully. So we can cut multiples of them in one go. So, so I've put two of each.
And you can add all of your different inks and pens.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. You can add inks to them, absolutely, yeah.
Do they take all types of ink?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be using the pigment ink. Just because it's a softer, more opaque ink, and I wanted that more sort of the honey pot yellow on these. So I'm just going to take these apart.
These are still in stock, by the way. I think they're actually on the show if you wanted to grab these.
So no, I love them so much.
You can get them individually of each other, or you can get that bundle that we launched at birthday where you get the papers, you get the colour core cardstock, and then you also get the marble papers, which you guys love. That's all still in stock with the sanding blocks as well.
Oh yeah, they're nice as well.
They're so different, these papers, Debbie, aren't they? They're so very unique.
They are. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And there's so many things you can do with them. That's the good thing about them, is that they're not just, you know, not just for mat and layering. As you can see here, we're literally die cutting them out, using them as papers. I think Sarah even made a box.
She did, in a little bag.
Yeah, a little bag. So literally, we're just tapping I mean, you can colour them more if you want to, but I actually just want the sort of illusion of the sort of yellow coming through on the sunflowers, but I still want to keep that beautiful, natural paper that they are. So it's just a case of going round and just tapping some of your ink onto them.
Scrapbook pages look so beautiful, says Evelyn. I think I need to get some of those handmade papers. And Jeanette says, I love Pinterest. I get a lot of ideas for cards on there. Is that somewhere where you have a look now and again, Pinterest?
Oh, I love Pinterest.
Yeah.
And for everything, like literally, I have you never been on Pinterest?
I do look on Pinterest.
So I have folders for cooking, for fashion, just funny pics that I find funny. I put everything down there.
Funny pigs?
Huh? Yeah, funny pics.
Oh, pics.
Pics. If I just see things that, so sometimes you just want to see pictures that really make you smile. That's a bit like my spaghetti arms today.
That's my favourite thing for ages. Spaghetti arms.
I honestly thought that's what you'd say.
Spinning yarns. That folder, though, will forever be known as spaghetti arms. So much fun.
But they actually did look like spaghetti.
They did look like spaghetti arms.
And it just then reminded me of Betty Spaghetti, so can't believe they don't do Betty Spaghetti
I must look that up again, Betty Spaghetti. Was that the ones where you had oh right, a
and
bit
you
like
could
Stretch
have
Armstrong?
different bodies. No.
It wasn't like Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, just spaghetti strands.
What, actual spaghetti?
No, they were plastic strands, but they were called Betty Spaghetti.
Oh, and you'd
'cause it looked
stretch
like
them
spaghetti. No,
and-
you don't stretch them. They're just like their hair was about this long, so you'd have loads, have bunches, and they'd all be they looked like spaghetti. Coming out of her hair.
So what did you
Nicola
do
sent me
then?
pictures. Yeah, you put different bodies onto her. So your head would come off and you could put her head onto a different body and her legs onto a different body. So,
I've just got a photo.
They were so cool. I loved Betty Spaghetti.
Oh no, I've never seen that before in my life.
Have you?
No. It looks
missed
like
one.
Play-Doh hair.
It does look like Play-Doh hair.
Oh, she also had a dog as well, apparently. Did anyone else have Betty Spaghetti? Oh, what the? Betty Spaghetti's dog there.
Dog,
Then.
yeah.
You guys all seen this as well? There's the Betty Spaghetti's dog there, look. Is it a Yorkshire Terrier with spaghetti tail. Yep,
Yep, that was it.
that's the dog. I'll show everyone Betty Spaghetti as well, hang on, in case you want to see
I
it. You
love
probably
Betty
don't, do you,
Spaghetti.
to be fair, but... oh, hello. Oh dear. Hang on. User error. There we go. Betty Spaghetti.
That's it, yes.
Who's the other character then?
Yeah, they're all Betty Spaghetti. They were
Oh.
all called Betty Spaghetti.
Not
They
like
didn't have different names.
Patricia Pasta or something?
Patricia Pasta. They all had spaghetti hair. Patricia Pasta. That's funny.
Oh. The pennies just dropped, says Liam. Oh dear.
Liam's actually very funny.
Oh dear. Never saw those before, says Superstar Susie, and neither have I, Susie. Neither have I. That's from Dirty Dancing, spaghetti arms, she says.
Oh, spaghetti arms, yeah.
No,
This is my space. You stay in your space, I stay in my space. Spaghetti arms.
It's not a film I know that well, to be honest.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't need any more pictures being sent to me tonight, Nicola. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
So classic that is. You have not seen Dirty Dancing.
Well, it's one of those films again, like, oh, boy, you get this conversation. It's like Grease. I've never seen Grease all the way through. I've never seen Dirty Dancing all the way through, but I feel like I've seen all of the scenes from each of the films to have seen the film in full, but never in one
Love
sitting.
Dirty Dancing.
I'm being told off in my ear now. What did you say? Get out of the studio, Liam just said, for not having seen Grease.
You've not seen Dirty Dancing, Nicola? Oh my goodness. It's so good. It's so good. So I'm going to cut these again because I like to have this bigger imprint in them. So I'm going to just pop those into there. By cutting through two, it gives me a little bit more impression from the stamen. So popping them in. I'm really shocked. I can't believe you all haven't watched Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing's like just the most amazing. I mean, you've all seen the end of it. You must have seen
When they're dancing in the dance hall.
I
What I've enjoyed, has anyone else seen these like memes or whatever they're called, memes, and they do, you know, the Dirty Dancing dance at the end, but they put it to different music.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, the best one is they've done it to the
Muppets?
theme tune of the Muppet Show. Bom, 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 and it works really well. And I think there's another one where they've done it to the Thomas the Tank Engine theme tune as well. So yes. Anyway, how on earth do we get onto that? Keep it on topic, Ben. This is a beautiful layout, says Pat. I'm saving this show, and Debbie, your granddaughters are precious, says Pat.
Oh, they absolutely are. I love them so much. They are just, I mean, they're little horrors at the moment for their mum, bless them. They're going through that stage where they just can't even sit next to each other.
Oh, no.
They argue
How old are they again?
terribly. Ruby's 9 and Ava's 5.
Ah.
Yeah, and they just constantly argue. If one touches the other one, it's like, stop poking me. I'm not poked you, I've just sat there. It's like, yes, you did. You just poked me, and then she'll start poking. And yeah, they are a bit of a nightmare at the moment. Yeah, poor Poppy. She's really going through the mill with them. And Ruby's like 9 going on 19. She's very argumentative. So if you say it's black, she'll say it's white.
So that doesn't help with a 5-year-old who's probably like pushing her buttons rather than just ignoring her. She's just making it even worse.
Constantly pushing her buttons. Yeah, absolutely.
Crystal just says, "Where have you been hiding, Ben?" In the corner, obviously.
Nobody puts Ben in a corner.
Oh dear. I do know that reference, Liam. Actually, I know everything about Greece. Oh dear. Don't we laugh, eh?
Right, we've done all those. So I've just put glue on each one of these so we can put these overlapping each other, and again using the tacky glue because that's going to grab those beautifully. Or you could use your glue that come with your touch of sparkle as well.
Oh yeah,
that would be a good one to use. So just pop in that there. And then
Liam is the vision mixer tonight, and apparently he's crying with laughter in the gallery. I'm not quite sure what set him off.
What set him off?
He's just said it's just been a long day. Hanging out with me and you all day, Debbie, probably.
Not as long as our day, Liam. No, what I meant is that I was up at 5 o'clock this morning, travelling 4 hours 45 minutes it took me to get to work this morning.
Yeah, and I was up at 6 o'clock this morning because I was doing my gym class this morning. I had to get up early for that. 7 o'clock I'm in the gym on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Anyone beat me and Debbie in there? No, I don't think so.
Well, I wasn't in the gym. Al was in the gym this morning.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. He said, wait, he said, I'll get up when you get up. I was like, why on earth would you do that? But he did, yeah. He got up when I got up, went and done his cross training.
Is that, have you got like gym equipment at your house?
Just a cross trainer in the garage.
I've got visions. Whenever everyone says a cross trainer, I just got visions of like Al's going to the garage and there's like this PT there going, "Why are you so late for the gym? You need to get in here right now. Get on that machinery and get working out." But it's not that kind of cross trainer, is it? No, it's like a cross.
It's not that cross trainer, no.
Oh dear.
Right, so we've got our flowers. So now it's just a case of where you want to put them. So and I've got 4 actually, where I only needed 3. So I don't know why I've done 4, but actually I could do 3 and then 1 up there. So let's do a bigger one up here, and we can do 3 here. So like so. Yeah, so we've got a little bit different. And then I'm going to use my 3D glue gel as well. So because that's much easier at putting just a little globule onto there, which will stick those beautifully. Just make sure you let those dry, and if you want it a bit flatter, just make sure you push them down a little bit more. And also it means they're easy then to put in these pieces underneath. So I can't find my little bottle of glue, so actually now we're going to just use the bigger bottle. Oh, got a little bubble come out there. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on just a few of the petals, and then I'm just going to lift that one up, pop that underneath there.
Sheila just said those Dirty Dancing memes are hilarious. Is it a meme or a mem?
Meme.
I can never remember this. A meme.
Memmy.
Why is it called a meme? Anyone know? No?
Mimic.
Oh, we're Googling memes now. Dieta's winning the Who Got Up Earliest. I was up at 4 a.m. taking daughter to the airport.
Really, yeah, that's early.
Meme comes from the Greek mima, apparently, meaning something that has been imitated.
Ah, there you go.
Makes sense then.
That does.
And apologies, Hilary. He says, Ben, you woke Holly up. Sorry. Apologies.
Why did you wake Holly up?
I think it's when I was doing my cross-trainer impression.
What is it?
I think that's what it was. I was back in Devon for a couple of days, Hilary, over the weekend. It was me and Molly Collie slept in the bed with me for 2 nights.
Oh, did she travel well?
Yeah, she does travel well. She has a little bed in the back. She was the best nap partner ever.
Oh, that's really nice.
So cute. Yeah.
Right, we're getting there. Look, so we're getting to the point where we put our flowers. So we just need our sentiments now. So I thought these would work perfectly. This is how good our Tracy is. I said, me and Craig were in on Friday, and I literally said to Craig, I said, we bought some sentiments out that said, like, believe, love, dream. What were they in? And he was saying, oh, this, this. So I knew that they were in one of the Trends collection, but I didn't know which one. And I went to Tracy, what's that in? And she went, Spring Fairy, first aisle, second shelf down. It's like, how did she know that?
She knows apples,
she knew that,
Tracy?
But when I went in there, there's a die missing. So we're only using 2 of the dies. So because this was out of the product library. So stuck together. Oh, there we go.
So what are we doing? Dreaming and...
Dream and love, which I thought worked beautiful. So we didn't need the believe, did we? So I'm just using these 2. But if you wanted to use more, you could absolutely use more. So we're just going to cut those out of craft card to start with. And then we're going to also cut them out of our lemon cardstock as well that we used, just to give that a little bit of brightness.
The daisies are adorable, says Pat, and they make the picture pop.
Yeah, I mean, they do look like daisies, but they're sunflowers. But your daisies from the daisy collection would have worked well as well.
Yeah.
I only used these ones because there was sort of sunflowers in the background of the photo. So, but any flowers would look nice. And also I thought it was nice because there's a touch of yellow, I'm pointing to it, you can't see, but a touch of yellow petals in the papers as well. So it just worked really well with all those colours. Right, so that's those 2. And then look, I mean, they're such lovely
really
letters.
Delicate.
Yeah, I completely forgot about these words. I think these are another set that I need to put on my wall behind me so I can use them all the time.
Yeah.
So, and then we're going to take a scrap of that yellow one that we had. So there we go, this one. And just cut those out as well.
Last chance saloon, I would have thought, to get any questions in. Anything to do with scrapbooking, anything that you want to ask about this particular project, fire those in, because we want to make sure that you go away with all the information, all of the inspiration. And of course, if you do comment, you're going to have the chance of winning one of 2 prizes that we've got to give away tonight. I reckon you've probably got another 5 or 10 minutes before we do that draw. So anything you want to ask Debbie, then feel free to do so. In the next sort of 5 or 10 minutes time.
Absolutely. Right, and then we're just going to put the yellow ones over the craft cards. So just going to use my dotty tape pen. And then just be really careful when you're using your dotty tape pen. Hold where your delicate parts are. And then we're just going to... Oh dear, so childish.
Childish.
Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm trying to reword that and I can't reword it. So, but yeah, just be careful because they're delicate.
Susie, that was a Debbie Robinson comment.
something she would say, yeah.
Oh dear.
But look how cool that looks. Just having them like
Love that.
just looks really nice. Love that. And then we're going to have the dream. It's not so delicate, this one, but still holds the bits. Honestly, digging myself a deeper hole.
Oh my goodness. Is it nearly time to go home?
I think
Dear,
it is. Right, so we've got our dream, and again, we're just very slightly shadowing that. Just there. And last one onto the M. That dream reminds a font of something. What does that remind me of? DreamWorks, yes, it is like
What it
that.
looks like, which is that,
yes.
is that the Shrek movies?
Yes, it is. That's exactly what it's like.
G Mao asks a question.
Yes.
Debbie,
Yes.
do you prefer to keep your scrapbooking pages flat, or do you tend to add like flowers and 3D bits?
Yeah, so I've never kept them completely flat, but I've always put them in a flat album. So I think I've used buttons and embellishments and all sorts put on them, and they stay in there nice. And in fact, I tend to put 2 pages in one pocket.
Oh, okay.
So they're back on back, so you get sort of more out of them. So, but yeah, I think be careful in using too much, but I still put gems on, still use buttons. So you don't want massively thick things that are not gonna stay flat. But yeah, no, I normally build them up.
Okay.
A nice question though, that one.
That was a nice question. Keep them coming. There's just generally loads of lovely sort of comments coming through saying how much people have enjoyed the show. Gorgeous, says Ruby. The scrapbook page makes me want to do this, says Stephanie Theodos. Madge saying this would look good in a box picture frame. Do let us know as well if Debbie's inspired you to maybe try and scrapbook for the first time, because I know a lot of you, particularly our US viewers, do love your scrapbook pages, and I know a lot of you are avid scrapbookers. But let us know if you're watching this and you're thinking, you know what, never done this before, but I'm going to give this a go. We would love to particularly hear from you. And Karen Menezes says, I love Debbie's work. It is never overdone. She says.
Oh, that's a really nice thing to say, because sometimes I do feel like I chuck loads at stuff. I'm not the most clean and simple crafter.
No.
Because I always feel like it needs more, so I worry sometimes that I overload it. But I then think if I like it, it doesn't matter.
And is that the temptation for you then with the scrapbook page to look at it and go, oh, it's done now, and then think, oh, actually, but maybe I'll put something else on. I'll add another flower, or I'll add something else.
I think I'm quite good at knowing when to stop.
Right.
So there are times that I do that a lot, but then I would never stick it down. And then I would hum and ah. And another really good tip is to come away from it for a while. And then go back and have a look. And another big thing I do with card making, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you, but when I've turned that round so you can see, there's our scrapbook page. Yes. When I'm card making, if I make something and I'm not quite sure, I put it on a shelf away from me, and then I turn away from it. And when I look back, I see if anything catching my eye, whether I like it, if I feel like something's missing. And then I think, actually, yes, that's not quite right, and then I will add sort of extra bits to it. So, but there you go, there's your scrapbooking page. So we've got 2 actually. I think I might give those, I might frame them for my granddaughters, and they can put them up in their wall in their bedrooms. So,
well, that's the thing, and from what you were saying, if you've done one for one, you better give the other one as well, because otherwise...
Although they'll notice and they'll go, one's got an extra flower on, I want that one. That's exactly what they're like. Yeah, that's exactly what they're like at the moment, yeah. If just prime example, they were colouring the other day and Ruby had a red pen. Ava wanted the red pen. She took it off of Ruby and I was like, no, Ruby had it first. I went and found her 2 other red pens that were exactly the same. She wanted Ruby's pen. Just because Ruby had it. It's not fair. Why does Ruby get a pen? I went, but you've got 2 red pens. I want Ruby's pen. They're little monsters at the moment.
Little monsters. Eleanor Schwing-Jones says, that looks so pretty. Julie Palmer says, I think there is less pressure scrapbooking because you don't give it to someone like a card. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Maybe you do put more pressure on yourself when you make a card because you know that there is going to be a recipient, but with the scrapbook page, more of a personal thing, I suppose, isn't it? And Altja says, well, maybe after Christmas or after my Christmas projects, I will try the scrapbook pages. I have ideas. That's brilliant. Listen, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got the small matter of announcing who our winners are tonight for the comments. We've got 2 prizes to give away there. We've got some deals we can definitely show you, but also last chance to win. Any questions you want to ask about scrapbooking, anything you want Debbie to kind of retouch on, any kind of hints and tips and ideas that you just want Debbie to go over again, feel free to ask now, but if not, we'll bring you some of the other deals from the show before we wrap up. And as I say, announce those winners as well. Jeanette just saying, beautiful. I am definitely going to try scrapbooking. We'll come back in about 4 minutes' time with our final wrap up of the show. But in the meantime, if you've got anything in your carts, in your baskets, get them checked out, and we'll see you in a mo.
Get in early on the morning to work, set up all my cameras, all my TV monitors, make sure the lights are on, check off some things before the show. After the last show, we need to make sure everything's switched off, ready for the next day. Then I get to go home, just watch some TV, watch some movies or something when I'm making some food, and then go to sleep. The best part of my day is probably going live for the first time, like the first show of the day. I enjoy it, it's just fun. Get to warm up into the day. It's when everyone's saying good morning, everyone's chatting on the live chats, so yeah. I'd say night owl, but I'm also up quite early, so a bit of both. Shower at night time. Coffee, but I like iced coffees more than hot. Savoury breakfast. Masterclass. Definitely my headphones, helps with the bus rides. I like noodles, but it has to be done properly in a pan, whacking an egg, spring onions, all the trimmings. Mad by J Park. I check the bus timetable so I can get home.
Hello, good to see you. Thanks for sticking with us. Hey, don't go anywhere. We've got about 10 minutes to go. And if you've commented in the show, I might be shouting your name out in just a second. We've got 2 lots of these to give away, with it being Remembrance Day and, of course, Veterans Day. We've got our little poppy bundles. So you've got this set here, which is a set of poppy dies, your pretty poppy dies. And then you've also got your proud poppy stamps as well. So 2 of you, and I know who they are. I know who it is. 2 people have won already. The winners are, you'll find out in about 5 minutes' time. Before that, just want to show you 3 little bundles that we've got on the show, brilliantly priced bundles. 1 Halloween, 1 Christmas, 1 every day, and the prices here are incredible. Crafting bundles, we've called these, but no, £27.20 is the platinum price, or $35.20 for all of these goodies. And I know, obviously, Halloween has just been, and you probably haven't got Halloween on the brain now. However, newsflash, it will be back next year. So why not stock up now on all of these goodies at a fantastic little price. Now, oh, hello. Right, so in your Halloween bundle, you are going to receive the following. Your perfect potion. So this is a lovely little stamp and die set with the cute little cat round the cauldron with the witch's hat on. You've got the stamp to be able to stamp that out, colour it in, and then the die to be able to die cut it. You are then going to get within this set the trick or treat embossing folder. Again, this is super cool. It is actually a 3D embossing folder. So you're running that through your machine, getting that amazing design, adding a bit of colour. I really like the colour palette that you've got on the front of the project there, actually. But you know what? It's a really quick, easy way to be able to make a dramatic Halloween card. And that is the second part of this equation. Also within this set, you're going to get all of your Halloween sentiments. And these are a lot of fun, actually. It's called Boo to You. You've got 8 different sentiments within that set in stamp form. So you've got Boo to You, Trick or Treat. My favourite in there, Bonjour. It's the French skeleton. Have a perfect Halloween, spooky vibes, best witches instead of best wishes. Happy Halloween, and no bones about it, you're a sweet friend. On top of that, you're also going to get your set of stencils from the Day of the Dead collection. Really lovely this actually, because you've got a few sort of pattern stencils in there. You've got kind of florals, you've got your card suites in there, card suits. You've also got musical notation, your treble clef in there too. There's actually 7 stencils within that set. You're then going to get a beautiful edgeable, or I suppose this is more like it's like a half creator card, isn't it? What do I call these? Like die-brids. Half creator card in that spooky spider's web. So that is included within your bundle. And alongside that, you are also going to get the Witching Night. If I turn this around, it's a set of 3 stencils within that set. So you've got your large stencil just there. That is 8.5 by 8.5. Then you've got your border strip, which is the cat. And then you've got that sort of icon, if you like, with the witch flying across the moon. And then on top of all of that, you are also going to get your 6 by 6 vintage Halloween pad included too. So you've got loads of spooky scenes in here. What I like about this though is if you flick it round on the reverse, you've got kind of more sort of stripped back, and also what do you call them, your plaids and your tartans in there. So some of those you can definitely use elsewhere outside of Halloween. It's a really lovely pad, 36 double-sided sheets. Grab this now at a great price and then put it away for Halloween next year. You will thank us later. £27.20, $35.20 is the price on that bundle. Next bundle, oh, I get to choose. Liam's just said I can choose. I choose you. Christmas. So within your Christmas everyday bundle, no, it's not Christmas everyday, Christmas bundle, there's a Christmas and an everyday. In the Christmas bundle for £22.40 or $31.20, you will get gilding flakes, and not just the flakes from the Frosty and Bright collection. No, you have also got your little pad in there, and also your gilding flakes glue as well, which is definitely the glue you want to be using when you are laying your flakes down. You're also going to be getting in this set the beautiful festive banner. So that is a stamp and die set. What is lovely about that is that you've got this beautiful sort of festive sprig, if you like, loads of sentiments in there, but then you get the dies to be able to cut out the main element, and you've got split dies, so you can cut it out as a topper if you want, but then if you decide you want to place it in various areas on your card, use it as like an edgeable, you've got the ability to be able to do that. You've then got layering stamps in this set as well. This one is your Yuletide foliage. Again, those are all numbered up for you, so you can create a really beautiful floral sort of bouquet, and then you've also got the stencils in there to be able to pop in your sentiment, of which you have various sentiments to choose from. You've then got this lovely scene here, which is your Happy Holidays or Enjoy the Season layering stamp set. Once again, use this in conjunction particularly with your new stamping platform, and then you're going to be able to create a really cool Happy Holidays scene. You've then also got this set here, which is your festive wreath. Once again, with that, it is stamped, it is dies. Build it up into a beautiful festive wreath with loads of fantastic sentiments. And get off! I can't get it off my finger. You've also got your Jingle All the Way 6x6 pad, beautiful Christmas designs, obviously bell related with it being all about those Christmas bells, but as you can see on the reverse as well, you've got some beautiful plaids, wood designs, little borders that you can snip and trim into as well. It's a fantastic pad, and you are getting it for a price of just £22.40 or £31.20 within that bundle. I'll have to go fairly quickly now on the everyday bundle, which is the last one of the collection, and then I'll announce the winners. Everyday bundle, you are going to get, boom, for £23.20 or £29.60, your Delightful Daisies Vellum. You're getting 24 sheets in there, 6 designs, 4 sheets of each. You're going to get the Girl on a Swing, Girl on a Swing, Girl on a Swing, Girl on a Swing, Swing. It's not actually called that, it is called Moon Gazing, which is the Girl on a Swing. It's stamped and die form. I'll speak to Sheena, so can you just call that Girl on a Swing, please, would be easier. You've also got a floral crescent in there, beautiful floral sprig, stamp and dies. You've also got, these are the kaleidoscope origami dies, your flourishing florals. So again, if you've never tried that before, a great little collection to give those a try. You've got stamps from the Mother Earth collection. We're also going to be giving you your embossing folder, the Roar from the Wild at Heart. You've got the Venetian Grace. Have you missed me? You've got the Venetian Grace die or die set. How many in there? 3 to create that beautiful ornate frame. And then last but by no means least, look at that. Oof! The Mermaid's Tail mesmerising glitter paste pot is your everyday bundle. That is £23.20 or $29.60. And before we just say our final thanks to Debbie and read out a few more of your comments, shall we tell you who's won the 2 prizes tonight? So thank you everybody for all of your comments. Hopefully this show has been fun and been useful for you and inspirational. I'm sure it has. Our first winner tonight is Joe Marsh. Congratulations, Joe. And our winner number 2, Don Dorfler. Yay. Well done, Don. Well done, Joe. Claim your prizes by messaging us, please. ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we will get those sent out to you at some point very, very soon. Thank you, everybody, for the comments. Beautiful page for 2 beautiful children, says Pat. Very nice layout, Debbie, says Rhonda. Fun show, says Dieta. I've enjoyed it. Lynn says, love the show, as always. And final question from Altja, who says, Debbie, how do you save your beautiful scrapbook pages?
Into scrapbook albums, so you can buy albums to put your scrapbooks in, and normally just got pockets, and then you buy additional pockets to go into your albums, and you just pop them in there and keep them in there. But those ones, I think I might frame them, because I've done 2 of them. I'm going to frame them and I think put them on the walls, so yeah, which will be good.
Marvellous. Thank you, everybody, for all your questions, all your lovely comments coming through. Lynn says, love the show, as always. Thank you. And Karen says, definitely need to get back into scrapbooking. My daughter gave birth to my grandson last month, so that should help get it
lovely.
going.
Congratulations.
Yeah. You need those momentous occasions or those fantastic memories, don't you, that you can kind of get you started. And I think once
we
you've
said
done
everything,
one,
but not new baby.
Oh, yeah. There you go. We've ticked everything off the list now. What a day. We're back tomorrow.
Yes.
We've got a brand new launch tomorrow, haven't we?
We have. Have you seen the new paper pads?
I have
you
not.
Might not. You'll love them.
Will
you
I?
will absolutely love them, yes. And you will love them too. So do join us back tomorrow, because they are incredible. They're aged paper pads, but there's sort of a female one and more of a male inspired.
And we've also got launch party tomorrow with the liquid watercolours, which again, I haven't seen.
Yeah, they're incredible as well. Everything's incredible.
It's going to be an exciting day tomorrow. Thank you so much to all of the team. Thank you to Liam, thank you to Nicola, thank you to Susie tonight, thank you to Debbie, thank you to you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye!